This is going to be a quickie cigar, hand rolled, no mold, no glue. I have Basuki, which I'll use for double binder. I have a leaf of Criollo 98 wrapper. Both of these from whole leaf tobacco. In fact, all of this is whole leaf tobacco. I have a filler that is going to be Piloto Cubano Hueso. I don't know what that piece is. Nicaragua Habano Hueso. This is a leaf of Dominican binder that I accidentally decided I was going to use as a filler. We've got Cibao Valley Vuelta Abajo Viso and a oh no, that's the Seco. And I probably skipped one of these, but too bad. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is straighten out my binder. And that is, this is how I stem this. The stem, this came out of the bag moments ago, and I've misted it with distilled water. And the stem itself is still stiff, so you can't do the fancy wrap around your hand silliness. But that's all we need to get the binder in usable shape. We'll double it. And you notice none of this is exact because it doesn't matter. Now, with the frog leg filler, I don't like, this is going to be at the foot of the cigar, and I don't like having a piece of stem coming out at the head where I cut it. So I typically will break away some portion of that so that there's some to lend stiffness to the cigar. Well, I don't know what I have here. Well, we'll use it, whatever it is. And the head doesn't have a spike sticking out at my tongue. And this one, it has a stem the entire length, so we'll start down here and just basically do a big frog leg of it. Not too bad. Okay, this is my fancy way of doing this. The reason I scrunch it up all the way down the length is so that the successive leaves don't wrap around each other too much. This has nothing to do with the name of a method of how to do it. It's just how I bunch it together. Up top is the foot of the cigar, so the tips of the leaves are showing up there. I'll come down, we'll do it about here. Break them all off, add them together, break it off again, add them together. Got a few little extra pieces here. That's my cigar. I feel a vein, which I will pull out of there. This is the slowest part. It's just compressing this because I'm not going to use a mold. Okay, that's good enough. We've got the two binders on top of each other. I'm compressing this downward as hard as I can because the filler is in low case. And low case filler, you're really hard pressed to bunch it up so tight that it impedes the draw. Okay, that's a big hunk of a cigar. This is my certified, patented, don't want to use glue thingy. We'll cut off the foot to do this Habano style. This is my wrapper. Again, the stem is too stiff. It's too brittle at this point of hydration to do this wrap around my hand thing. But this comes off nicely. Okay, this one, let's go ahead and do it since I normally do. And that'll allow me to put it in a Ziploc for next time. And to do that, I like to fold it. It's got a hole in it. And this will equalize its hydration just sitting in a Ziploc. So that's out of the way now. Okay. So I'm going to cut this at a right angle to the veins. About there. And trim the thickness of it. Now, this particular wrapper, the Criollo wrapper, I know stretches well, and I seldom need to do a trim on the outer edge of it. So I'm going to ignore trimming the outer edge. I need to fix this up a little bit here. This is a Kuhn Recon Kulu blade, 6-inch Kulu blade, and I've used this for, gosh, maybe 5 years, 6 years now as my chaveta. It needs sharpening about once every 2 years. Okay, so we get this guy going, and the compression of the bunch is what will stretch out that wrapper. And give it a gloss. And it just takes rolling a bunch of cigars to have a feeling for how much tension you can put on these. There, I've ripped that, so we're going to back up. And we'll do it like that. That's really kind of fragile right there. Okay. I like the head of that thing. It's a real mess. And this is, I managed to split this. Here, that'll hold it together while I fuss with it. So the cigar in general is not too bad, but I have to add a cap to it, so we'll just do this. And that's it. Now, what keeps it from unrolling? Well, nothing, because I'm going to smoke this right now. Actually, I'm not. It's late at night right now, but that's the logic behind that. And when I'm ready to go with it, I just take off my clothespin and open the cigar. And that's my very solid. It's a little fatter than a Toro. It's slightly tapered. The head looks crappy. If I were going to give this to somebody, I'd get another piece of wrapper and do a nicer cap on it, and maybe even close the cap. Maybe even use some glue. But for just my own smoking, that's it. No glue, no mold. I do have one of Rain Max's wonderful 2-stick molds that I use on occasion. This just isn't one of those occasions. And that's it. Pretty rustic. Usually I can get a nice twist out of the end of it and roll the cigar, but I didn't do pretty this time.